Good morning, everybody. How's it going? That time again. Time to go to work. It's 6:19 in the morning on this Saturday. Let me see, Sunday morning. Sunday morning. It's 80 degrees outside. So it's a little warmer today. It's the humidity. It's bad. Hello, everybody. Let's see. Okay, let's see. There we go. Clean it up. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending wherever you're at. How's it going this Sunday morning here in sunny California? It's 6:21 in the morning. It's 79 degrees outside. Yep, it's humid, very humid outside. Yep. Yeah, it's very, very humid outside. Alrighty. Yeah, the sun still hasn't come out yet. As you can see. So it's starting to peak out, but the days are getting shorter. Yep. So I'm going to work. Be about 45 to 50 minutes. And when I get to work, I'll read the chat and see who's in here. Welcome, everybody. Make sure you check out the family and friends list. Check out the regular list. Make sure you check out the community tab also. Family and friends list. We have what do we have on there? We have Iron Dog. We have My Animal House. We have Kurtwood. We have Big D's Pythons. We have Derek Reptiles. We have KY Constrictors. We have TNT Balls. We have Keys Constrictors. We have Kurtwood. We have Spider Mom. We have Mark the Spider Guy. We have James Skype Guy. We have Sherry Matcat. So go check out those amazing channels. The community tab, we have all kinds of other channels. We have Nora from The Explorer. We have Chef Sketty. We have who else do we have? We have Zelda. He's from Indonesia. He does Hot Wheels racing. We have Tony Diecast. He does Hot Wheels. We have from the Philippines. We have Zaya. We have MDT. We have Mondel. We have also Catfish Terry. We have Nitro Freak. We have Venus Martinez. She's from Canada, speaks English and Spanish. We have John Paul. He's from Canada. He builds models. So welcome everybody. So the sun is starting to creep up. Can't see it yet. Days are getting shorter. Pretty soon they're gonna change the time. Let's see, it's gonna be fall, so it's gonna go back an hour. So right now it's 6. It would be 5 in the morning. 6:26. It'd be 5:26 in the morning. But that will be till November. Yeah, so we got the part of the highway up ahead that the internet goes in and out. We'll see how we do today. Sometimes it's nothing happens, and other times it like completely goes out. We'll see. So, how's everybody doing today? I know in the Philippines it's already Monday. It's Sunday here. Yep. Yep. So, yeah, the jumping spider's fine. Still hasn't attacked the worm yet. Probably won't do it till next week. Probably attack it like on Thursday or Wednesday. I'll see. So, and then the tarantula out in the wild didn't see it because it only comes out at nighttime. Usually comes out like around 8 at night. This guy on a bicycle. I don't know. Guys riding on the highway. I mean, on the freeway. I know on the highway you can ride a bike. But on the highway, I don't know. Even though it's on the side of the road. This guy's. Yep. So how's everybody doing today in this great Sunday morning? Yeah, it's really humid outside today. Probably going to be a hot day today because of the humidity. I mean, it's already 80. It was 80 degrees. I think it's probably like 79 right now. Let's see. It says about 78 degrees. Pretty good amount of traffic. But we'll see how it is. Here it doesn't matter. We could always pass cars. It's the 2-lane highway. That's the one where where if there's a lot of traffic, you can't pass them up. But it seems to be good here. Everybody's driving the speed limit. Yeah, I was talking about the time when me and my cousin got pulled over by the cops, and it was like, okay. I mean, you get pulled over and you never know. Look at this guy pulls into the highway in front of this other car. Now he's gonna make him slow down. No, now he got into my lane. Oh, wow, he's speeding up. But yeah, it was crazy. But I remember we got harassed more than once from the police that whole, I think, couple of weeks. I think one day we're outside waiting to go inside to work at this furniture store. It was Gold Key Furniture in Santa Clara, and all of a sudden a cop shows up and then grabs my cousin and then like throws him on the hood of his car and like, starts like putting handcuffs on him. Like, what the hell? It's like, what's going on? And then my cousin, he never had his driver license with him. He never had his ID with him. And I used to tell him, you need to carry with you He didn't like carrying a wallet. I told him, I go, well, you need to still carry your ID with you because you need to be identified. You know how cops are. And we're like, hey, what's going on? And then the boss got there and it's like, hey, why are you arresting him? Well, because we're here because they reported that he's threatening the boss. Like, threatening the boss. Then to find out, it wasn't even our warehouse. It was the warehouse behind us that had called the police. But he fit the description. He had a beanie and a white T-shirt with a Pendleton on. It's like fit the profile. Oh, it's like, oh man. And then I told him, I go, make sure you wear you have your ID. And then that's when the other incident happened where we got pulled over by the cops and they drew their guns and I thought we were gonna get shot. They had their shotguns out, they had their handguns out pointing at us, yelling at us, hey, get out of the vehicle and this and that. And then they handcuffed me, put me in the back of the police car, then handcuffed my cousin and put him in another police car. And then they searched the car. They brought, I guess, somebody to identify my cousin. And it wasn't even, they were looking for some African Americans, like, hey man, we're not even that dark, we have a little tan, but oh my God, I was like, and then they let us go. Jesus, all these people were out. It was like a little shopping center where they had us. I was like, man, everybody was probably going, oh, look at these criminals. They're probably going to shoot them. They're probably going to kill them. Then after that, I told my cousin, see, man, I'm telling you, man, you need to carry your ID with you. Yeah, after that, he started carrying his ID. But it was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, and then one time I remember we had to ride the bus. I forgot what happened, but we didn't have the car wasn't running or something. So we ended up having to ride the bus home. And we had to take like a bunch of different buses just to get home. And then there was like no more buses. Like they dropped us off. We were like a couple blocks away. We still had to walk home. It was about 5 blocks to walk home. And then we were harassed by a bunch of little punks in a car. They were like trying to be all tough and trying to harass us. And I was like, yeah, come on. I told them, you little punks, come on, get out of the car. It was like four little like high school kids. They were trying to act tough. I mean, me and my cousin, we're both over 200 pounds, easily. And then my cousin's like almost 6 foot high. I'm 5'8" only. But yeah, it's like, come on, you want to mess with us? Come on. We'll beat the hell out of you guys. Nah, they're like, and then we turned on the street and they're like, oh, you bunch of pussies. I was like, what? Yeah, come on, keep following us. We'll beat the hell out of you over here. Yeah, they just left us alone after that. But yeah, it was one of those bad weeks we had. Yeah. Yeah, and then we work security and some hospitals also. You know, every once in a while we have some crazies. Yeah, one time my cousin, it was before I got to the hospital. He was already there working. Then later on, I went there and started working with him. But he told me about this one guy that was like acting crazy and stuff. So yeah, I see the weather's changing. I see all the birds. They're flying south for the winter. It's starting to get cold up north. So this guy supposedly they got him in the ER, and he's acting crazy and stuff. And he says he took a crap, and then he started eating his shit. I was like, oh man, that's crazy. And then there was another guy that he was taking care of. They had him tied up from the hands only. His feet were not tied up. And then he told the other guard, he goes, look, you need to guard him, but don't get close to him, especially his feet. And he told him, don't get close. But what does the guard do? He starts getting too close to him, and then the guy ended up kicking him in the face, knocking him out. Oh my God. And then we used to get some prisoners. They would have prisoners at the hospital. They always were handcuffed, had shackles on their feet and shackles on their hands. And we always told the guards, don't unshackle them. And if they have to go to the bathroom or something, call us and we'll come and back you up. But there's always a dummy that doesn't listen, and they do stupid things like always. And then there was a female prisoner one time, and I guess the guard that was taking care of her, she started chatting with her, becoming buddies. And they even tell you don't be talking to the prisoners, only like hello and that's it. You don't want to strike a conversation with them. You don't become buddy with them. But this guard, she decided to be buddy with her, and oh yeah, man, when I get out, I'll go see you and all. Hey, yeah, and all this. And I guess the prisoner convinced her to let her go. So what does she do? She takes the handcuffs off and let her go. So, well, she ended up getting in trouble. She ends up getting locked up for that. You're helping a prisoner escape. That is not good. Yeah, so there was a lot of dumb guards. And, the first thing we tell them, we give them a list, the do's and don'ts. You don't do this, you don't do that, you don't let them borrow. That's like we always told them, you don't let them borrow your phone to make a phone call. They're not allowed to use the phone. We always would remove the phone, also the one in the room, for the same reason. And one guard, he didn't listen. Then he left the prisoner alone. So the prisoner grabbed because he wanted to go to the bathroom, so he went to go use the bathroom instead of calling us. He took off. The prisoner was there by himself. The phone was next to him. So what does he do? He dials his family members, tells them where he's at. So then later on, here comes some family members to go visit him at the hospital, and like, no. He's a prisoner. He's not allowed any visitors. And we told him, you better leave. If you don't, we're going to call the police department and you're going to get arrested. But yeah, it was always some dumb guard doing something stupid. It's like, didn't you remember what you read? We gave you the paperwork. You just signed it. Do not do what you just did. But no, they don't listen. Yeah, and then they would call us in, whenever there was any disturbance in the emergency room. Yeah, and then one time they had the marshals, the federal marshals, the one that capture prisoners and transport prisoners here and there. There was some, I guess this guy was from the cartel that they brought into the hospital, and then they wanted us to make sure that nobody would come in through the doors and through the back door. So my cousin, he was guarding the back door where the ambulances came in, and I was guarding the other door. And so this guy, I guess he was a high profile guy. I don't know if they were afraid that somebody was going to come and break him out or come and kill him, because I guess he's going to be like a federal witness, for the government, And then all of a sudden, the wife shows up. So I guess he got word to his wife that he was going to be transported to the hospital. So she shows up looking for him, and the hospital's like, no, there's nobody by that name here. Of course, they're not going to tell her. And then, so she's all like, well, they told me he was going to be here. Well, no, there's nobody by that name. So then she left. We told her, well, you need to leave, because if you don't, we're going to call the police department because you're disturbing, you're not allowed here. And then the marshals, they had all these automatic weapons, these AK-47s, they're standing guard outside, and there was like 6 of them, and they were supposedly going to fly them out in the helicopter, but then they found out there's only room for the patient, and they said nah, they couldn't trust that, so then they decided they were going to transport them on an ambulance, so the guy goes, well, we're 2 of the guys left, so only 4 stayed. And I go, oh, where are they going? That they were going to go get more firepower and more vehicles to transport. So like, oh, okay. So yeah, so then after a while, then here comes the reinforcements, and yeah, they took them away. But yeah, it's like I was like, man, I mean, I was inside the building. My cousin was outside. I'm like, if somebody comes by, does like a drive-by shooting, man. You know, them federal officers, you know, the marshals, they're all carrying, you know, bulletproof vests. Yeah, you know, me and my cousin, we're not wearing no vests. We don't even have weapons. But yeah, I was like, okay. Yeah, and then we had cars being broken into because people are stupid. They leave valuables like where you can see them. Like one time we were walking the parking lot, and then I see a car's some doctor or nurse parked their vehicle, and the window was broken. It was busted open. And then we called her, and she went downstairs. I go, "Are you sure? Is there anything missing?" And then she's all like, "No, I don't see anything missing." Well, there was. She forgot that she left some, like you know, like when you want to watch, the kids want to watch like a DVD player. They had screens, and they were on the back of the seats, you know, the headrest. So they broke in and stole that. People leaving their handbags or bags in the back. Even if there's nothing valuable, I tell them, throw in the trunk where they can't see it. Because they're looking in windows, and, you know, they're desperate to get something so they can buy drugs or whatever. But, you know, they don't listen. We tell them, hey, we're not, it says right there, signs in the parking lot, we're not responsible for any valuables or anything that breaks in. And then she's all like, "Whoa, can you call the police department?" I go, "Well, we're not supposed to. This is private property, so you need to call the police department yourself, you know." And they're probably not going to come real quick, because if they took forever when it was like something like that, unless somebody was dying or there was somebody getting beat up or a robbery, then they would show up quick. But other than that, they don't show up, you know. They'll show up after everything happened already. You know. I remember the shootout they had up in San Jose area, where these guys they went to rob a bank. And then the police got there, and there was a big shootout. I mean, these guys, they were fully, they had freaking armor piercing, you know, weapons. They had freaking bulletproof vests. They had helmets on. They were like, so they wouldn't get shot, you know. And it was a big shootout. They even made a movie about it. But yeah, there was like shooting in the streets. Like they were shot off all kinds of cars, and they finally stopped them. You know, but there was a bunch of shootings. A couple of cops got. I don't know if they might have killed a couple of cops, but there was a lot of cops that got injured in the shootings. But yeah, this was back in the, I think, 1980s, I think. It was when police officers didn't have like the high-powered weapons. Basically, all they had was a shotgun and their handgun. Then that's why now they carry more firepower. And they even went into a gun store and said, "Hey, we need to borrow some weapons because there's these guys, you know, they're shooting up the streets. You know, we need firepower." And, you know, the gun store kind of helped them out. But yeah, it was crazy. It was pretty crazy, that shootout. Yeah. And then I remember the earthquake that was back in 1989, I think it was. It was over there in San Francisco and Oakland, San Jose area, and even the some of the bridges collapsed on top of some vehicles and stuff. I know some people died, got crushed. They got crushed in the earthquake. And it was the time with the World Series. I remember it was the Battle of the Bays. It was the Oakland A's against the San Francisco Giants, and they were in San Francisco at the time. The World Series had just started. I think it was game one. I think, and I don't know if it was game one or game two. I don't know, but I remember I was gonna jump in the shower that day. I said, you know what? I'm gonna take a shower. I was in a 2-story apartment. I was in the second. I was in the apartments upstairs. It was like a set of 4 apartments together, and my mom and my brother, my sister, they were somewhere else. They were visiting some friend of hers, and I was at the apartment by myself. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna jump in the shower, and then all of a sudden, right before I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna start watching the World Series before I jump in the shower. And then I turn on the TV. Then just as I'm watching the game, all of a sudden you see the people like in the game, they start everybody starts like running into the field, from the stands. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Then all of a sudden, it hit where I was at, because we were like 30 miles away. No, not 30 miles away. We were like 60 miles away, I think. And so then, it took a little bit of time for the earthquake to hit over there. But then once it hit, I was like, oh shit! I stood up and holding on to the TV, and I could hear stuff falling everywhere in the kitchen and in the living room. One of the TVs fell down, landed on its face. After that, it wasn't working. But then, I called my mom and I go, oh, is everybody okay over there? Yeah, I'm okay too. But, then there was aftershocks. And that whole year we had aftershocks. I mean, you'd be asleep and then it starts shaking, and then you're like, oh, people that never been through earthquakes were all scared, and they're all sleeping outside. I'm like, sleeping outside? When the hell you want to sleep outside? You're going to have a building fall on you, or a tree or something, But, people were afraid to sleep inside their apartments. I mean, we were in the second floor. If the apartment fell down, we were going to end up in the first floor. But they were pretty good built, the apartments. They can handle an earthquake. But yeah, it was like a 7.0 earthquake, or 6.9, I think. But it was a strong one. And then I felt another earthquake. That I've been through like 2 big earthquakes. And there's still been other earthquakes where I work at. But then sometimes they're not earthquakes. Sometimes it's just the bombs that they're dropping, the military, because the military, like, see those mountains way up ahead. The military, they have like a shooting range for the big guns, and they fire them out there, and it shakes the whole ground. When they land. Artillery, they shoot the artillery guns. It's like boom, and then you feel the whole place shake. I remember the first time when I was working here, and I'd never been there and all of a sudden, that was happening. I was like, what the heck? It's an earthquake or what? But then later on, I found out it was the military firing those big cannons out there in the mountains. But yeah, and I know they're up there because usually when I see a convoy of a bunch of military vehicles pass by, it's that they're heading up to the mountains, and they spend up there like a couple of weeks. They spend up there in the mountains, practicing. The military does their practicing maneuvers and shit. Yeah. And you hear the helicopters. They get helicopters there also. But other than that, it's pretty quiet. You get some of the locals, the crazy people walking around. But yeah, it's and then we had one of the queens, like Princess Diana's kid, one of the kids, since he's in the Royal Navy, from the UK, and then they would come and practice their helicopter maneuvers and stuff over here. So they were checking out the hospital at the time. I remember they were in case they had an accident or something. They wanted to see if the hospital was able to to take care of the patients. If they had injuries, any because they were practicing like parachuting and stuff like that. So they wanted to check to see how the heck there was like on the middle of the road. I mean, I didn't hit it, but I think there was like a little cat. So I just drove over it, but I didn't hit the cat. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah. Well, the sun's finally got up, peeking out, hitting me in the face. Yeah, I'm working a 12-hour shift today. Did one yesterday. Go in at 7:30, and I'll get out at 7:30 at nighttime because it pretty much dark by the time I gotta leave. I mean, I left the house and it was dark. The sun's out, but Yep. Yeah, I can feel the humidity. A lot of humidity outside today. Oh, yeah. Feel it. See what's the temperature outside. 80 degrees outside. And it's 7 a.m. in the morning, so. Yep. Let's see who's in here. Let's see. We had Zelda. Welcome. Yeah. I have to go real early to work. And Zaya, welcome. And Metal Detecting, what's up? Phil Fish, welcome. Thank you, everybody that came in. Show support. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget to share out the live. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the notification bell. If you watch a video, make sure you leave a comment. I always answer my comments. And check out your channel. So welcome everybody, and everybody have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending wherever you're at. Till next time, God bless everybody. And as Keith says, call your mama, tell her you love her, because you don't know how long you're going to have her. So bye-bye, everybody. Till next time.